You're listening to Heroes in the Moment.
What's up, heroes? I'm Michael.
And I'm Nathan.
Today, latest superhero news 13.
Bro, we grinding this.
We grinding. 13.
Wow.
Super
crazy.
hype. And there's quite a few to talk about. Mostly Marvel news today.
All right.
But first,
Always the most hype.
before we get into the news part, I mean, we got some tragic news to talk about first, just for, to spend a little bit of time on this. And that is the tragic passing away of Robbie Coltrane, who was the beloved Hagrid in the Harry Potter film series. And man, I was really sad. I genuinely cried whenever I heard the news. I heard it from you.
I sent it to you, dude. This hit me out of nowhere, dude.
It did.
Like, he was like, what,
72.
70? He was 72. And the first thing I saw, like, the announcement and then like the clip of him saying that, like, I'm not gonna be around in 50 years, but Hagrid will.
It made me more emotional. Getting teary now.
I know, dude.
Thinking about it, because like, what a man, what a legacy. He was very beloved. He did a great job as Hagrid. After reading the books myself, because I am completely done with the books, by the way.
Yeah.
To those you don't know,
congratulations.
I know it's been a little bit now. I've finished them, but he embodied the Hagrid from the books perfectly. And reading the books, obviously I watched the movies first, but reading the books, if I would have gone in, he would have been the one I envisioned, even without the movies. So it's really cool to know that. And he did a great job as that character. And just to see, of course, earlier this year in that Harry Potter documentary special, him going, of course, like you said, Harry Potter legacy will live on. I won't be here, but Hagrid will be. It just hits different now, especially, after his passing. And it's super sad to know that Robbie Coltrane died.
Yeah, prayers up for his family, dude.
Yes, for sure.
That's a tough time. But
and I think he died from an illness. I don't know quite what it was, but it's super tragic. So a little brief moment of silence for Robbie Coltrane there. All right, so let's get into today. All right, so today we got some MCU movies to talk about because, well, not MCU movies, but MCU news in general. But we do have to talk about
movies.
It is about the movies, especially the announcement of MCU movies being delayed because of Blade. Ooh. Honestly, though, I think it's going to help.
Yeah, listen, I do too. Number one, it's going to help with superhero fatigue, I will say, right? Because we're getting so packed with all this information, superhero movies. It's like, all right, it's not that special. Maybe we would like it more if it wasn't released along with 5 others, around the same time. But number two, like, it's forcing Marvel Studios to do something different for once. Like, Blade is like, sorry, not Blade. Mahershala Ali is like, look, man, I'm not doing this. This script sucks. This movie sucks. This director sucks. They're like, okay, to keep you, we'll give you what you want. Make the products better. Give it more time.
Yep.
That's perfect.
That's it. And I'm excited. Of course, I would have loved to have seen Blade next year, but I would rather Marvel take their time, of course, give their visual effects artists, visual VFX, cinematography artists, whoever they are, a break because they need done. Because instead of Kevin Feige just staring at them, you need this done.
I know animating She-Hulk twerking was a grueling task.
That was so grueling they had to do.
Undergo for no reason at all. So shout out the homies working VFX.
Yes, for sure.
But like, Blade is one of those Marvel movies where like, you have to do right.
Yes, definitely.
I feel like with some other movies you can squeak by maybe, but Blade, just for the people who be watching it, that certain demographic and the style of movie it is,
it needs to be origin, his first appearance in the MCU. It's gonna, it has a lot of repercussions.
It needs to be dark. It needs to be not cheesy. It has to combine all these supernatural elements, and that's hard to do. So, like you said, take some time, make it good.
I agree. So I would love them to take their time, and this, of course, benefits the other movies that are being delayed because of it as well. Because obviously we know it's all connected, so I had to push back some other movies. So
crazy.
I'm going to break that down for you guys. So obviously, this was all because of Blade, but Blade was moved from its original October 2023 release date to September 6th, 2024, right in front of the Halloween season. And then, of course, this moved Deadpool 3 to now bring release November 8th, 2024.
Okay.
So just a month later for it. Yeah. Not too shabby. And then, honestly, this one's the only one that makes me kind of sad just because of the release date. I think it would have benefited because of what's the word?
Irony? Irony? Coincidence?
No, well, not really coincidence, but advertising.
Oh, advertising.
This would have benefited so hard for releasing in 2024, but of course, Fantastic Four has now been pushed back to Valentine's Day 2025. I think it would have benefited so much by advertising it coming out in 2024.
I know.
I think it would have.
I mean, that's That would be perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
Realistically, but I feel like the question is, why is it coming out on Valentine's Day?
Well, that's just what they pushed it back to.
I don't know. Like most studios put out like these dumb romance, Valentine's Day flicks just for the money.
Right.
But releasing a superhero movie on that day, I'm trying to think of previous ones. That just seems weird.
They just released on that day because that's the Friday in February, and Marvel typically releases a movie February. And actually, February release dates typically do really surprisingly well. For example, Black Panther, who made bukus of money.
Was that
it was a February release date. So maybe Fantastic Four will benefit. But I think a November release date for Fantastic Four would have been killer.
Yeah,
especially in 2024. So that kind of sucks.
Well, you said Blade's coming out in October, right?
Yeah, or no, September now.
Okay, September. Sorry, I thought there's only gonna be like 1 month between Blade and then the other movie. I was like, listen, Deadpool. Yeah, I was like, that's not enough. You got to give your movie time to breathe. They'll still be in theaters, but all right, that's enough. Yeah,
but I'm still
gonna be there.
I'm for sure gonna be there. But that's the only thing I'm a little bit sad about is Fantastic Four because I think it would have benefited from 2024. But that's just me. All right. And then, of course, we have an untitled MCU movie. We don't know what this one is, and that's November 7th, 2025 release date, allegedly.
Predictions.
I want to say Midnight Suns, but my only trouble that's kind of mentally blocking me is that this is going to be between Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. So it's like, what could be between those two?
Honestly, either something absolutely crucial to that plot or something completely
because they did the same
unrelated.
thing because there was 2 movies between Endgame and Infinity War or Infinity War and Ant-Man and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So
Ant-Man 2 was just like it
took place
was
during
a weird
Infinity
fit,
War,
but it made sense with the whole quantum stuff.
So I'm sure they'll come up with something, maybe Midnight Suns, but I doubt it. I don't think Midnight Suns would fit something as big as that. Maybe
Eternals, have they already announced
maybe a
when
Shang-Chi
the 2 coming? Yeah.
Or Eternals 2. That's possible.
It would have to be.
Yeah, something like that, maybe. I don't know. And then, of course, Kang Dynasty
World War Hulk.
Oh,
that's when it's coming. Think about it.
It could be World War Hulk.
Wait. I know. Before you move on, think about it. They throw that movie to introduce the most powerful version of Hulk we've seen.
Yeah.
Bam, put him against Kang.
Right before Secret Wars.
Think about it. That'd
be kind of sick. I'd be kind of into it.
That's all I'm going to say.
All right, we'll see. And then, of course, this is the only one I'm very, very happy about. And that being, of course, Kang Dynasty kept its original release date of May 2025. And Secret Wars has now been moved to May 1st, 2026. Giving them a year apart. Fantastic.
About time.
Also giving Secret Wars more time to spread its wings and really benefit because, again, like we've been saying and pushing, that this movie is going to be one of the biggest movies of all time, if not the biggest, if they do it right. So they need to do it right and take their time. So that's a blessing.
I'm just glad that, Marvel's listening to us.
Yes.
I feel like truly some of the stuff is just like pretty, easy to see.
Right, for sure.
To see the studios, executive making these decisions, it's like props.
It's nice.
Thanks for the listen.
Yeah, thanks for listening to Heroes in the Moment. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Kevin Feige.
Shout us out. We would love that.
Shout us out.
All right, so to move on from the change of dates, we got some other news for you. We got some confirmations and as well as some rumors to go over for you guys. So the first confirmation we'll go over is the fact that Harrison Ford, we talked about this in the last Hero News, but it's officially confirmed that Han Solo himself will be playing General Thunderbolt Ross in both Thunderbolts and Captain America New World Order. Wow.
That's huge.
That is huge.
Listen, the man's pushing 80, right? You got confirmed 2 movies. At least. So listen, that's a big W.
That is.
We've already discussed.
Don't go into the light, Harrison Ford.
But yeah, listen,
we need you.
It's a good casting.
It is a good casting. Truly is. He's a great actor.
I've seen like the fan pictures of him. Like it just hurts me to see that like how William Hurt can pass away and they'll bring us someone to replace him, and then we don't see that for the
Chadwick.
Bigger characters, specifically Chadwick. Exactly. So, like I said, I'm all for it. I think it'd be really funny to see the Harrison Ford
why it's like
interviews.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it's gonna be funny. But
like they're doing press conferences. He's like, dude, I don't know who these people are.
I'm here with the paycheck. He's fun. He don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing. It's like, is William Hurt's death not as big? Like I understand Chadwick died prematurely than what most would think, but at the same time, it's like, I
mean, this will
William Hurt.
Will this be the first time in Marvel we've seen an actor die and then just get replaced in a role
after a death? Yes. Yeah.
We saw it not with the death. We saw with
recasting,
Rhodey,
but not with that. We saw Rhodey and then
never
Hulk,
with the death. And I feel like
death.
That might make a little light of that.
And honestly, though, like they could have played it off to where Thunderbolt Ross didn't need to be recast, but
like he retired.
But at the same time,
something like that.
The way that they're going, they have a plan for him. They have to have
Thunderbolt
Red Hulk for what he's doing.
Movie.
So I'm okay with it, and I love Harrison Ford, so we'll see what they do with that.
Dude, I'm looking forward to those interviews when they're promoting the movies. I know.
You're just like, what?
Dude, I saw this one picture on Instagram. It's like, how would a battle between Han Solo and Thunderbolt Ross go? I don't care.
I don't care. No, it's funny because they'd ask him, is like, are you going to be the Red Hulk in the Thunderbolt movie? He's like, who? What are you talking
What's
about?
What's a Hulk?
What is a Hulk? What do you mean? I did Star Wars for this many years. I'm just here for the check. I can see that for sure. All right, next up, the next rumor is that of Spider-Man 4 allegedly rumored to take a possible release date of July 12th, 2024. W.
And listen, W, that's what, 4 or 5 movies in 2024?
Probably.
Think about it.
I mean, they pushed them back though. Remember, so
they pushed Fantastic Four.
Wait, let's think here. Thunderbolts. Possible Spider-Man 4.
Possible Spider-Man
Captain
4.
America: New World Order.
America. Blade. Deadpool 3.
That's 5.
I'm telling you, 5.
Holy cow!
That's 5.
This is the year.
This is the magic year. This is the best year for Marvel fans.
Best year.
Watch. I don't know how many shows we'll have going on, but listen,
I hope none.
5 movies.
I hope no shows, please.
5 movies.
5, man. 5. Wow.
And they're all bangers too. Like,
we already have 4 confirmed, so might as well have 5.
Crazy. Listen, man, I'm so excited for the next Spider-Man film. To see him at his lowest, to see introduction to all these Daredevil characters.
This is going to be, I feel like, the most like comic-y, like very Spider-Man.
Yeah, you thought Homecoming was accurate. Wait till you see this
Wait till you see Spider-Man, because it's going to be very, like, we've heard rumors, of course, Daredevil's going to have a big role in it as well, which would be a W.
Yeah.
But also just, him being grounded. Like, and
he's nobody.
He's nobody
He's a street
anymore.
hero. No one knows who he is.
Exactly. And I think this has potential to be just as good as No Way Home. And of course, it won't benefit from the fan service as much, but it'll benefit of the plot. So we'll see what happens. I'm hyped for it.
I'm looking back on it. I was mad when it happened, but I'm so glad they decided to take that route with Spider-Man. Dude, he was a big character working with all the Avengers. That's not truly who he was.
Right.
And seeing him like strip back down at his lowest.
To see him at
that's
the point
cool to
where
see,
he becomes
honestly.
and truly molds into, instead of being like Iron Boy Jr., he's now Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's Spider-Man.
It's cool to see that.
Iron Boy Jr.
Okay.
I've never heard him
I can't help it. I love the both of them. Anyway, all right, now another piece of confirmation, actually, this is apparently confirmed. And that being Sasha Baron Cohen to allegedly confirmed to play
Mephisto.
I feel like we talked about him before.
Listen, man, this man is an amazing actor. Like, it takes a true genius to be able to do comedy right? Which is his main genre, if I'm correct. But I will say, dude, just from his look, bro. First of all, he has evil eyes.
He does.
Like, he has evil eyes.
He has the look.
The mustache does not help. But I saw a fan-made picture of him. Dude, listen, man, this could totally work out.
It could.
I'm surprised that apparently they're just now casting, but this seems such like a weird cast.
But
it makes sense.
It makes sense. Like, all I'm seeing is, like, I think Ironheart's about to be like a walking W, man.
I know.
Like, low-key.
Ryan
I remember back a couple years ago when we heard about it, I was like, we don't want this. But now I'm like, I want this.
Yeah, you got the one
Ryan
from
Coogler,
Hamilton.
Riri Williams, of course, you got that, new star.
Yeah.
Anthony Ramos.
Now
Sasha Baron Cohen is Mephisto, which I don't know how Mephisto going to fit in Ironheart and then not WandaVision.
And not WandaVision, yeah, that was kind of weird.
I know we talked about that for a while, but I'm just hyped to see Mephisto finally.
I'm excited.
In the MCU.
I really am surprised they haven't done this before. Like, you can't tease Mephisto this long and now just be dropping this news.
Him in.
But like, this isn't, like you said, this isn't confirmed. But like, there's so many news.
It said on the post, it said confirmed. Everything I've seen says confirmed.
I know, but it's not from like verified accounts.
Right.
It's like fan accounts and rumors. But like, it's 99% chance happening.
It's 90% chance.
Well, like Harrison Ford rumors weren't wrong, and everyone's like confirmed.
That one was confirmed officially.
Yeah, and it just was this week.
Right. So I have a good feeling about that one, but from the post I've seen, it says confirmed. Obviously, you can't trust what you said, unverified sources. But
everything on the internet is true, kids.
That's true.
Always believe what it says.
Always believe it.
Always believe it.
Give us money. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to be like illegalized for that. Just kidding. Don't do that. All right. Unless you want to. No, I'm just kidding.
We're just kidding, though.
Just kidding.
Winky face.
Linktree and Instagram bio. But no, I'm just kidding. So that would be interesting, and I agree he would be a great actor fit for that. Next up, another rumor, another Mr. Fantastic rumor. What a surprise. And that being the rumor of Tom Ellis to essentially maybe play Mr. Fantastic.
All I know him from, he plays Lucifer.
And Lucifer,
And from what I've seen, listen, man, he's an insane actor, and he also has evil eyes.
Yeah,
like
maybe he's just a bad guy.
Not just not just in the sense that he plays this anti-hero kind of in Lucifer, but like he generally like looks like a villain, not in real life, but like in a show. Yeah. Maybe in real life.
So would he be able to do Mr. Fantastic?
I don't think so, bro. I really like the rumors of Penn Badgley.
Yeah, I like him better. I told you that.
Like truly.
Yeah, I mean, I would still much rather have John Krasinski, but still,
if we
I would rather have
Penn.
Penn would be great.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I feel like Tom House, like, I feel like maybe in a weird world he could play a better Superman.
Yeah,
might fit that look, man.
I don't think he could fit that.
He has like a strong jawline and black hair.
Yeah, but nah.
I don't know. I just don't see him, man.
Right. No, I get it.
As
I get
Mr. Fantastic.
I get it for sure.
But they could work it for sure.
You never know. We'll see. That's still, everybody's playing Mr. Fantastic.
I know.
Point, so
your mom.
My mom. Me. I don't know. All right. Next up, we got rumors of Iron Fist going to make his MCU debut in apparently Shang-Chi 2 and Daredevil Born Again.
Perfect fit.
W. Yeah,
perfect,
definitely
perfect
fit.
Fit.
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, I imagine that, he'd be introduced first in Daredevil, right? With that coming out sooner?
Well, I mean, maybe. I don't
like
know.
a small cameo, then give him
pretty big role.
A big role. Like, that'd be cool.
Team up with Shang-Chi.
I really... Listen, what's the actor's name who played him in the show? Like Finn Jones?
They don't need him back.
Something like that. Listen, I will say, he wasn't terrible, and I know it's kind of a mess and that they didn't really treat him right, and he was learning like choreography like 15 minutes before filming. But I mean, I feel bad for him, but I do feel like they should consider recasting this role.
They got to recast it.
Like, I like the casting for Jessica Jones.
They need
for
someone,
Power Man, for Daredevil.
They need someone for Iron Fist to be like Tom Holland's age, like that young.
Yeah,
they need someone like that. Young
20s,
blonde, no facial hair.
Yeah,
just somebody who straight up looks like Iron Fist.
Really
and could bite
cocky,
really
but then becomes super wise.
Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah,
actually, give him blonde hair. He could do it. I think Timothée
might not want to go
Chalamet
blonde. Leonardo DiCaprio told him not to do superhero movies.
Yeah,
so we'll see about that.
Leo's wrong. Just saying.
Harrison Ford did it.
Harrison Ford did it.
You can do it.
Then you can do it, Leo. I don't want you. I'm just kidding. Come on, you can come. All right,
come on.
All right, next up, we got the villain of Deadpool 3, rumored to maybe be Daken. And if you guys don't know who Daken is from the comics, he's a similar character to Wolverine. He has retractable claws. He also has a healing factor. And it's a similar character.
He's a ripoff.
Not really ripoff because he's like kind of like a dark demon world kind of version.
So he's a demon with Wolverine's powers.
Pretty much, yeah.
So it'd be Deadpool and Logan fighting
versus Daken. This is just a rumor. This is not confirmed, and I think it'd be kind of interesting to see. But personally, as a little theory, I think the main villain of Deadpool 3 should be Omega Red. I think that'd be perfect.
That makes more sense.
Who Omega Red?
I read about it the other day because I've seen rumors for him too. So I had to pull out my good old Marvel book.
Omega Red is
refresh me again on his powers and such because I've forgotten.
So he was created like by the Russians and stuff. Super powerful dude, super powerful beast of the dude. Only one's been able to defeat him is like Wolverine, Deadpool, stuff like that.
So the two characters in the movie.
Exactly. And of course he has like these tentacle looking things that come out of his hands and he fights
seems kind of sus, man.
And he's just like almost indestructible. Super cool force. But I would love to see him in the MCU, especially against Deadpool and Wolverine. I think that'd be a good fit.
That'd be fire.
I think he'd be great.
Okay, I could vibe with that. I would like for sure.
For sure. All right, next up we got Glenn Powell, apparently going to be playing, this is of course rumored, Nuke in Captain America New World Order.
Nuke?
This is too minor of a role.
I don't know who Nuke is.
He's super D-list.
Glenn Powell is like blowing up.
He is. He's huge. He's in another movie coming out later this year.
Like truly. And Marvel, if they're smart, will capitalize off of that and put him in a big role.
Cyclops.
Yeah, exactly. He's proven that he has acting chops. He's an attractive guy. People will flock to him. Not just women.
But he would be a literal perfect Cyclops.
Like, I know.
He would do so good in the role of Cyclops.
I could see it.
Like, I would love to see him as Cyclops. But Nuke and Captain America, like,
who is Nuke?
He's just a no-name
I don't
character.
know who Nuke is.
Apparently, he's supposed to be working with the intelligentsia. I don't know. So, I don't know.
Listen, I'm just going to go on the record and say that this is not going to happen and it should not happen.
I agree.
There we go.
I agree, but we'll see. It may happen. All right, next up is another huge casting rumor, and that being the man himself, Denzel Washington, to maybe play Dracula in Blade.
Denzel as Dracula. Is what I'm hearing.
I don't see it, but at the same time, Denzel Washington is such a talented and good, one of the best actors of all time, and I'd be down to see him in an MCU role, and being Dracula,
Dracula is a predominantly white, super character, right? Or at least from what we've seen. Not saying that he couldn't do it. I think he would kill it. Seeing Denzel in Marvel would be weird, and I'm not sure that would be something he's willing to commit to. I do think the perfect casting would be Anthony Starr. Anthony Starr.
I do agree. I think he'd be a great Dracula.
Absolutely phenomenal actor, and he has evil eyes too. I feel like evil eyes has been the thing.
He'd be great with
has
Dracula.
Evil eyes. He just has that look of Dracula. Like I said, I can see Denzel do it, but Denzel, he just don't give off those vibes.
He doesn't, and I don't know what other role he would play or could play in the MCU.
I think it'd be better just leave it alone. I think when we start pointing at all these huge and famous actors who have made their careers outside of Marvel, I feel like that can kind of diminish some of what they've done. They're just doing it for the paycheck, like Harrison Ford, maybe.
Exactly. So
anyway,
we'll see. And of course, we know Marvel makes stars, because before Marvel, who was Robert Downey Jr.?
Who was Chris Evans?
Yeah, Chris Evans. All these people.
Tom Hiddleston.
Exactly. So Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
It'd be cool to see some more benefit from that as well in the rising. Me. I'm just kidding. All right. Next up, Keanu Reeves is dying to be an MCU movie as Ghost Rider.
I don't see why they're not confirming this right now.
Why would you not call him and be like, hey, listen, play Ghost Rider?
Keanu is he's an absolute legend, right?
He is.
We understand that he's not one of the most talented actors we've ever seen. He's very good. But we also realize, and everyone else realizes, that he's a walking W.
He is, for sure.
And Marvel will be making so much money, bro, if they actually did what he wanted to do. I just watched Constantine the other day, and it's not a great movie, but I like him in it, and he has chops. I watched The Matrix the other day too. What I'm saying is, bro, he's versatile. He can do whatever he wants, and if Marvel's not listening to what this dude wants,
and if we're not getting Norman Reedus, I think he'd be the next best choice.
Norman would be great. I mean, you're looking for someone chiseled, someone older, someone who's been through life, someone who's really rough, but also very loving and caring.
Exactly.
And that's Keanu,
that
baby.
Would be Keanu. And he wants to. He wants to be an MCU movie.
He's publicly saying,
yes.
If I'm
I would love
Feige,
to be one.
I'm taking him on the front run. I'm
for sure.
Hey, yo,
he's a W. So that would be a great decision. I would love that.
Let's do it.
All right. Next up, we got a huge piece of news. And this is, of course, a rumor, but it'd be a cool rumor at that. I actually kind of like. At first, I was kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Heckling. No.
You were heckling.
I was a little bit
disappointed.
Not disappointed, but
you were frustrated.
Not concerned.
You were joyful.
Oh man.
You were gleeful.
I don't know the word. I was a little bit hesitant. That's it.
Bro,
hesitant.
You all right?
I can't talk words today, but that's okay. I'm all right.
I feel that sometimes.
I know, right? But anyway, so apparently the rumor is Marvel's going to introduce mutant characters into individual 1 hour special origin stories similar to Werewolf by Night that will mold together to fit into an official X-Men movie, bringing them together. I'm actually kind of vibing with that.
Yeah.
Because think about an hour special giving the origin to Cyclops and Storm and Jean and Rogue and Gambit
versus
Beast.
A movie where they're all thrown in.
Where they're all just thrown in. Giving them
not a lot of time.
1 hour specials, not their own shows, but just hour specials to where they can, have their own time to introduce us, get to know the character, get to love the character.
Yeah.
And then when they're finally recruited at the end of the special, probably by Professor X, then in the X-Men movie, they'll have a huge universe going to build up.
I like it. I do think, though, there's more room for error in those specials.
Right.
Because I feel like the writers...
That's a lot of different specials.
Yeah. Well, the writers, in movies is often easier. I mean, your characters, your side characters are getting maybe, 10 or 15 minutes of screen time, especially with the bigger cast like we would see in the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
But a whole hour, as long as the writing doesn't get lazy, I think that's an SW move. We get to see more of and that's the perfect time to do a backstory. That's literally just backstory leading up, centralized movie, throw them in, bam. We've never seen something like that before.
We've not. And I think it would work.
I think it'd be cool, yeah.
I think it'd be kind of cool. Obviously, not as big of characters as Wolverine or Professor X or Magneto, but other characters that are big, but would benefit from a special like Storm or Cyclops or Jean Grey. Something like that would be super cool to see. I don't know. He's no.
Will they only do like good characters?
They don't. I think they'd only do good guys like Rogue, Gambit, maybe Beast, Iceman, cool. Stuff like that.
Iceman,
which we'd love to see. Bring back Channing Tatum.
I was literally about to say that. He looks the same.
He does.
The man is not aged.
He could do it. So
I love that guy.
We'll see. All right, now to make the transition to our one and only DC news of the day.
We got one, baby.
And that being, you sent me this actually today, and that being the rumor. Well, is it a rumor or is it confirmed?
It's a rumor.
It's a rumor.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's confirmed by a rumor person.
Fascinating. All right, so this is Black Adam apparently was originally going to be rated R. Instead of its now PG-13 rating. What do you think about
that? Well, here's what I think about it. Number one, I think any movie makes more money when it's PG-13.
For sure.
That's obvious.
For sure.
More people can see the movie.
Yeah.
Me, as a 22-year-old fan, would rather see an R-rated version of this character.
Yeah.
That's also the truth. I mean, Black Adam, he's not a good dude. He is a twisted, violent man.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
His actions will reflect that. So I don't want to go to the theaters on the 21st and see some fluffy boy, bald-headed looking The Rock.
I don't think we're going to
say Rock stuff. Even though it's PG-13, they can still keep that.
Right.
I hope they kept some of it at least. I wonder how many kills. I mean, apparently, what was it? In the R-rated version, apparently he killed brutally 10 people.
Yes.
So I wonder how many we're going to see this weekend.
In this movie. I don't know, but I'm excited. And, obviously they did it for money reasons. But, we'll see. I think it would have been interesting to see R-rated. But again, I like, PG-13 a lot, usually more anyway.
Yeah.
Just darker versions of that. So I would love to see it. So real quick before we finish off tonight, obviously coming next week will be our Black Adam movie review.
Dude, it's going to be a banger.
So let's give our final prediction ratings of what this movie will be.
Final
prediction ratings. I'll start us off.
Go ahead.
I'll start us off. And I think I factor in what I've already heard about the reviews. I think it's inevitably, I'll probably give it a 7 out of 10. At this point,
yeah.
I think earlier in the previous, what I thought I would do, I think I gave it an 8. Now, what I've heard a little bit, I think 7. But I would be more than willing to go higher if the movie is, worthy of that.
Yeah.
Or it could go lower. I don't know, but I think 7's a fair fit right now.
Yeah, like you said, factor in everything I've seen. I've just seen a lot of stuff. Apparently, the villain is not as good. Mm-hmm. Apparently, the plot is slow and messy sometimes. I'm gonna go with a 6.5.
Okay.
I do think that the action, the CGI, they put a lot of money into it. Obviously,
they did.
It's gonna look great, but I just feel like that lack of a consistent flow and clean plot, and then plus a bad antagonist will end up bringing that down. So normally I think I had a 7, but I think I'm gonna lower that a little bit to 6.5.
Yeah.
But like
I respect that.
6, 6 and up, I'll watch. If it's 5 and below, I won't watch it.
I mean, if the rumors are true and Henry Cavill's in it, then it goes to a 9 instantly. So I'm just kidding. But, it'd be great.
Ryan Reynolds shows up. It's 27,
Hi,
baby.
Deadpool.
It's a 27. That'd be so cool.
So goated. Oh, man. But I would love that.
All right, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, let us know by giving us a review and a download. Our podcast, Here's on the Moment, is available on all major podcast platforms, so go ahead and check us out. If you want to stay up to date with all of our announcements and our new episodes, check out our Instagram at Here's on the Moment and our TikTok at Here's the Moment with an extra T. I mentioned our previous episodes before. Our last one was Andor 5 and 6 breakdown. Episode 6 was crazy. One of the best things of Star Wars we've seen recently. And we're super excited that it's out and for you guys to check it out.
Yes, we are. And we just want to thank y'all for listening. And as always, we love you 3000.